Now that we have enabled monitor mode on our wireless interface, we are able to capture all the Wi-Fi packets sent within our range. Even if the packet is not directed to our computer, even if we're not connected to the target network, and even without knowing the key or the password to the target network. So all we need right now is a program that can capture these packets for us. The program that we're going to use is called AeroDumpNG. It's part of the AirCrack-NG suite, and it's a packet sniffer, so it's basically a program designed to capture packets while you're in monitor mode. So it'll allow us to see all the wireless networks around us and show us detailed information about its MAC address, its channel, its encryption, the clients connected to this network, and so on. So let me show you how we're going to use it. First of all, you need to enable monitor mode on your wireless adapter as shown in the previous lectures. So if I go to my Kali machine and run iwconfig to list all the wireless devices on this computer, you'll see that I have an interface called Mon0, and this interface is in monitor mode. Now, depending on the way that you enabled monitor mode, this can be called LAN 0, it can be called LAN 0 Mon, it doesn't really matter. You just want to make sure you enable monitor mode using one of the methods shown before, and then use the name of the adapter that is in monitor mode when you run AeroDumpNG. Now to run AeroDumpNG, we're just going to type the name of the program, which is AeroDumpNG, followed by the name of my wireless adapter in monitor mode, which is Mon0, as you can see in here. So the command is very simple. We're typing the program name, which is AeroDumpNG, followed by the name of my interface in monitor mode. If I hit enter, you'll see it'll start working, discovering all the wireless networks around me and displaying useful information about them. This program will continue working unless you quit it, and to quit this program, you have to press Ctrl+C from your keyboard. You can actually use Ctrl+C to quit any running program in your terminal. Now that we stopped the program, let's analyze the output so we understand what it's showing us. So first of all, if we look at this column, the ESSID column, it should be a little bit familiar to you. And basically, this shows us the names of the wireless networks around us. So if I just go to my Mac machine and look for wireless networks, you'll see the same names that we see in here displayed under the ESSID. Now all of the other columns show us more information about the network name that you see in here, and this information will actually be very useful to us as we go through the course. The first column, the BSSID, shows us the MAC address of the target network. Next, we have the PWR, so this is the signal strength or the power of the network. Now, the higher the number, the better signal we have. So, for example, the network with the best signal right here is this one. Next, we have the beacons. These are frames sent by the network in order to broadcast its existence. So every network, even if it's set to be hidden, always sends these type of frames, basically broadcasting its existence and telling all the wireless devices around it that I exist, I have this BSSID, I work on this channel, I use this encryption, and my name is this. Next, we have the number of data packets or data frames, and these are the useful packets that we'll talk about later on once we get to the cracking section. This column represents the number of data packets that we collected in the past 10 seconds. Next, we have the channel, which is the channel that the network works on. So for example, this network right here, the test AP, works on channel 6. This network works on channel 1, and so on. Next, we have the maximum speed supported by the network. The encryption is a very important column, and it shows us the encryption used by the network. So we can see that the test AP network is using WPA. We can see we have a network that uses web. We can see this network right here is an open network, so it doesn't use encryption. We don't even need a password to connect to it. And we can see we have a WPA2 network right here. Cipher is the cipher used in the network. So we can see here we have CCMP, we have web, and we have CCMP again here. Auth is the authentication used on that network. And in here we can see it's PSK, pre-shared key, and MGT for this network. Now don't worry about the ink, the cipher, and the auth. We will talk about breaking into all these networks into web, WPA, and WPA2 in the gaining access section. And finally, you can see we have the ESSID section, which shows the name of the network. So this is what you see when you look for networks in your network manager. So that's it for this lecture. I just wanted to give you a quick look on how to discover all the networks around us using AeroDump-ng. Don't worry about AeroDump-ng too much now. We're going to be using it a lot in the next lectures, and you'll get very comfortable with using it as we go through the course.